Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. Support our show, everybody. There's great ways to do it. You can go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood. You get all of the live streams. We put them behind a paywall as soon as they're done. Get the unedited live stream. You get the audio version if you like that. You can submit articles for us to discuss. It's a great way to support our show. You can also go to rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. That is free to sign up. You can tip videos over there or sign up for Rockfin Premium. You get all of my premium content and every single content creator's premium content that is on the Rockfin. It's blockchain and they pay us in cryptocurrency. So do that. And then you can, of course, go to grahamelwood.com and sign up for our newsletter. We send one out every month or so and we get tour dates and all that cool stuff. We appreciate you supporting what we do because we want to talk about stuff that the corporate media doesn't talk about. And one of the things the corporate media is not talking about is everybody, all the big politicians that are getting money from the Israel lobby. Israel is basically committing genocide. They are bombing innocent people in Gaza and in the West Bank. They're bombing hospitals. They're bombing refugee centers. They're telling people, evacuate and go to the other part of the country. And then they bomb that place. They've killed somewhere over almost 10,000 children have been killed. It's horrific. It's horrific. And people that are pro-Israel are basically on the wrong side of history. It's that simple. You're on the wrong side of history. And being critical of the Israeli government is not anti-Semitic. I'm so tired of that. Like anything you say is anti-Semitic. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm critical of the American government for funding this. I'm critical of the American government for all the people it's bombed. Does that make me what? A terrorist? What does that make me? Actually makes me a free-thinking person. If you've been told your whole life to support Israel, then you don't have the ability to come up with you don't have critical thinking on it. You were born and fed a biased opinion. I was raised Catholic. I'm Irish, right? And just, got to support the Catholic Church, got to support the Catholic Church. And so you believe stuff, you're told stuff, and you're fed propaganda, and then you're confronted when that is not true. And so you have to speak up about it. And then the other thing, I'm going to show you an article from MintPress News. What do I say on the show? Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. The only people that are still supporting Israel are either people who were raised to do it, and so that's all they know. So they don't have an objective point of view. They're just not objective. They just don't. They just say, no, Israel's always right. They're just not objective. They don't have an objective point of view. Or people that are paid to do it. So we're going to show you the top 10 people that get the most money. That's why they just won't back down off of this. And Joe Biden acts like, I don't know, we want to urge Israel, but we don't know what to do. Like, come on, you're the United States. Without America's funding, Israel could not do any of this. So if America really wanted to, if Joe Biden was an actual leader and not just an old man with dementia, who's just quietly letting fascism spread across the country. And this is the Joe Biden soft, cuddly democratic fascism. And then our other option, of course, was Trump, who's just an overt fascist. So those are the choices we get in America, is two old, creepy rapists who are fascists. Biden acts like, it's hard to rein Israel in. If he was a real leader, he'd be like, stop this. If we had an actual president that actually stood for what America claims to care about, we wouldn't be supporting all these wars. But America is not a representative democracy. It's a kleptocracy run by oligarchs. And a lot of these kleptocrats are the war machine. The war machine gets money. And politicians in both political parties are whores. They're godless whores who will take whatever money they get just to keep them in power and in office. They don't care about the American people. They don't care about anything. And the thing, at least about America, is, big campaign donations are have to be declared. They're a matter of public record. So this isn't a wild conspiracy. These aren't made up numbers. This is information that is available through the FEC, the Federal Elections Commission. You can go to opensecrets.org and look this up yourself. So this is from MintPress News, and this is by Alan McLeod. During all this bombing, right? The U.S. Public Watch on a new poll finds that American support a permanent ceasefire by more than 2-to-1 ratio, including the vast majority of Democrats and a plurality of Republicans. And yet, despite this, only 4% of elected members of the House even support a temporary ceasefire. This is why we don't have a representative democracy. 2-to-1. 70% of Democratic voters age 18 to 34 are in support of a ceasefire. 70% in that age group. This is why the politicians don't represent us. They represent their donors, right? So these staggering numbers of people want a ceasefire, but only 4% of the members of Congress are for it, because that's the percentage of Congress that isn't getting money from Israel. Unfettered support for Israel and the lobby constantly puts the United States at odds with international human rights organizations and the vast majority of nations over Israel's war crimes and blatant violations of international law. The current UN vote on a ceasefire in Gaza, which the US vetoed, is just the latest example. So the whole UN was like, we need a ceasefire. And the United States and America's starting to lose support. So we got to keep the pressure on. But here's the number one, Joe Biden, 4.3 million. The largest recipient of Israel lobby money is President Joe Biden from the beginning of his political career. He took that money early on. Robert Menendez, the New Jersey senators, received $2.5 million in contributions in the wake of the Hamas attack on October 7th. And has been a key figure in drumming up support. Mitch McConnell. Hey, good to see some Republicans on this list. Go to attaboy, Mitch. You turkey neck sellout. Don't even know what day it is. So 2 of the top 3 guys, McConnell and Joe Biden, have shown clear signs of mental decline. I'm not making this up. I'm not being mean. I'm not being an ageist. I'm saying they showed clear signs of mental decline. Mitch McConnell's just frozen several times. Joe Biden says the dumbest things because he doesn't know what he's talking about because his memory's gone, right? Chucky the Schume, Amy Schumer's uncle. This is why celebrity Amy Schumer is so defend Israel, because her uncle is paid, which means her family has gotten money. She's probably been paid. Who knows? But we know this, Chuck Schumer, this is not a made up number, 1.7. Steny Hoyer, 1.6. God, these guys are just such sellout maggots. The world's duty that set aside a land that Israel has accepted for millennia and said, this is your place in security. This is your place of sovereignty. This is your place of safety. Teddy Cruz. Remember this weasel running for president? Look at that little rat-faced weasel. What a rat-faced weasel. I condemn nothing that the Israeli government is doing. I condemned nothing that the Israeli government is doing. The Israeli government does not target civilians. They target military targets. There's no military on the face of this planet, including us, that goes to the lengths of the Israeli to avoid civilian casualties. Wow. You must not have access to the internet, Ted, because they have killed so many civilians. Ron Wyden, Senator Ron Wyden, Democrat. Good to see some Dems. Look at that. Dimmy Doon Doon. Dick Durbin. What a sellout. Illinois Democrat, Dick Durbin. See, it's pretty even between Republican and Democrat. Josh Gottenmeier. He's only been in office since 2017. He's racked up a lot of money, to 1.1 million in 6 years. Good for you, Josh. Nice. Chantel Brown. Perhaps no other political case reveals the power of the Israeli lobby better than Chantel Brown. In 2021, Nina Turner, a Democratic socialist, national co-chair of Bernie Sanders' 2020 election campaign, and an outspoken advocate for justice in Palestine, ran for election in Ohio's 11th congressional district. Her opponent was the little-known but strongly pro-Israel Brown. Brown received more pro-Israel money than any other politician nationwide during a 2-year election cycle, helping her overcome a double-digit polling deficit to defeat Turner. Over $1 million was spent plastering Cleveland with attack ads against Turner. In her acceptance speech, Brown praised Israel and later thanked the Jewish community for helping me get over the finish line. That's nuts. This is their quote. Let's be clear. Israel is not an apartheid state. Any mischaracterization otherwise attempted and delegitimize Israel, a robust democracy, will only serve to fuel rising anti-Semitism. No, bombing innocent civilians is what's happening. A dark force in U.S. politics. There they are. Top 10. Yeah. Oh, somebody points out, let's not forget Dick Durbin also blocked the revealing of people on Epstein's flight logs. Wow. Not. Look up the states that have oaths to Israel. A foreign country is buying our politicians so that that country gets a lot of our money and military aid, and that country can then bomb people and kill innocent civilians and create a humanitarian crisis that all of these international humanitarian organizations are like, this is bad. This is what's happening in America. Just to show you, your vote doesn't count. We don't have a representative democracy. Remember when I had John Kiriakou on the show in 2019 and we talked about Jeffrey Epstein? And his first thought was when he heard Epstein hung himself in prison, he was like, oh, this sounds like the Israelis. A former CIA agent, a CIA whistleblower said that on this show. I didn't say that. I wouldn't know how to say that. I don't have that information. Former CIA agent who was a whistleblower said that. He said on this show, there's 180 unregistered Mossad agents in this country. Really? I find that odd. So we got to keep selling weapons, right? Bomb, bomb, bomb. Blow up the world. Got to make a profit in that. I drove by, I don't know how many homeless people today, just driving throughout LA today to go to a Christmas party. We don't have money for them, but we got money for war. We don't have money for how are we going to pay for Medicare for all? How are we going to pay for free college? How are we going to do student debt forgiveness? We just write blank checks because Israel pays for it. All of these lobbying, it's awful. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. This is why I vote third party, because they don't take money from these lobby organizations. And if they do, I wouldn't vote for them. That's how we make Gotham great again. Shave your knuckles for justice. Thanks for watching. Boom.